preparing. Now I'm going to go on your page and see. Okay, we are streaming live. All right. So cool. It worked. I'm so excited. All righty. Okay, awesome. You see it? We did it, you guys. We were trying something new, and I love that it worked. So hello, everyone. My name is Kelly Hoover. I am hanging out with Tracy today, and we are so excited to be able to chat with you all. Let us know when you're hopping on. If you're catching this on the replay, drop in the comments replay, and let us know the temperature of where you are right now. Tracy, what temperature is it where you are?
Ooh, I would say it's a brisk, probably 34 degrees-ish.
Oh my gosh, seriously? That cold?
It's cold here. Well, that's probably warm considering how it's going to be here in a few.
Yeah, so true. It's 50 here, but it feels like it's 32. Like, so you guys, let us know where you're tuning in from and say hello when you are popping on. We are so excited to be coming on today, a little midday lunch break, and share a little story with you. I'll tell you, when Tracy and I were chatting, we were chatting about like that 5 p.m. time when you're getting off work or you're transitioning into dinner time, you're transitioning into family to kids zone. You all know what I'm talking about. And then we were chatting also about like the morning and motivating and every part that we're living in right now. So that's what we're going to be hanging out chatting about today. And my jaw dropped really when we chatted a little bit about that. So Tracy, I want to just like interview you and ask you a few just questions. And so we're talking today, you guys, and Tracy is sharing her story of what has been happening with her in the last 30 days. So if you are a mom, if you are a dad, if you are a female and you have felt tired, if you have felt exhausted, if you have felt lack of motivation, maybe your pants are too tight, maybe you have gained weight over COVID, maybe you have, been sick, maybe you're worried about your immune system, maybe you don't think clear, you got so much going on, all the stress in your life, this video is for you, okay? It is for you. You're going to be touched by what Tracy shares with you, her story. So Tracy, I just want to ask you, like, first off, why did you decide to start your Thrive experience? Like, what made you say, hey, I need to jump, I need to do this? Like, how are you physically feeling beforehand?
I was feeling miserable. It was just to the point where I was up for anything and I needed to keep trying to make myself feel better. Just physically, emotionally, I mean, all sorts of aspects regarding my life I needed help with. And there's just some things that you can't get help with outside of, going to a clinic or talking to somebody. It was just time that I did something for me just to see if it was something I could make work.
Yeah, I love that. I don't love the fact that you were miserable, but I love the fact that you took charge of something, because I know there's a lot of women right now that are having that same feeling and they just don't know what to do, or they feel defeated because they've done or they've tried so many different things, and things didn't work. Or they feel like they wasted their money on stuff, or they were made these promises and things didn't necessarily like come through. So I love the fact that you identified it, but then you're also like, you know what, like, I'm going to take charge of how I feel. Like, that is one thing there's so much in our life right now we can't control, but we can control what we put in our mouth. We can control how we take care of ourselves, our mind, our body, our spirit, right? And why not? Like, why would we not want to do that? So kudos to you for taking action, really, truly, because there's a lot of people who need someone to hold their hand and they really need that. And I'm proud of you for doing that. So you said, okay, I'm feeling miserable. I'm ready to not feel miserable anymore. So walk us through those first few days when you were on the Thrive experience. Like, what did it physically feel like for you?
So what I thought Thrive was going to do for me versus what it actually did for me was completely opposite. I had originally started Thrive because I wanted help with my digestion. But I actually felt things within the first probably 2 to 3 days, and it was on just the mood support. Um, I was like calm. I was playing with my children like it had been a long time since I just sat down and didn't have a million things running through my head on what I should be doing or what needs to be done. And I just kind of sat in the moment and was able just to suppress and just take in every second I had with my children. And I was calm while doing it. Otherwise, I was just that mom that was constantly on the go. Would have a million things racing through our head. And it was just to the point where I was just feeling overwhelmed and I couldn't catch a break. I couldn't catch my breath. And that's just when things just start to really pile up and you just don't know what to do with yourself anymore. So the fact that I was 48 hours into Thrive and I was actually enjoying time with my kids, that was life-changing for me. It just was not something I would normally do.
Gosh, that gives me goosebumps because, you can't like, you see that, but I want you to like, you may not have even thought about this yet, but think about the impact it had on you. Now you think about the impact it had on your family.
Yeah.
And your kids and the memories and I know so much people right now, we're living in a different world. We have more stress, we have more things to like worry about, right? And so the fact that you can control like the calmness that we as mothers deliver to our children, because it's stressful for them too, right? And they see a stressed out mama, it only heightens it for our kids. So you may not have even thought about like the impact it's having on the dynamic of your family or the dynamic with your children, but I guarantee it, your kids probably noticed a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
My 7-year-old now will come up to me and ask to play instead of, Mommy, are you busy? Mommy, do you have time? Mommy, can we? It's now just, hey, can we play? And I mean, it's a yes. I dreaded that 5 o'clock daily. It was an overwhelming feeling to bring home 3 children and do a nightly routine and get supper made and homework. And it just kind of felt like a vicious cycle where we were on a time clock and each second was pushing us further and further into trying to get everybody down. And it just was not an enjoyable time. And now it's, we'll kind of go with the flow and see what the night brings. But ultimately, as long as my kids are happy and I'm being the best mom I can't complain about that.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And it will only impact you more. The better you feel, it's so, I remember very much my kids, and I have had so many moms say like a happy patch, a happy patch. And it truly like, it's like a happy mama patch. It just does something, filling in those nutritional gaps. It allows you to feel better. And you do, your patience, the overwhelming, the stress of life. It doesn't take away what's happening in our life, right? But it does take away you're feeling better, so you can handle things so much better. And listen, all of us moms need that. I mean, we really do. We have so much on our plates, overwhelming, juggling family, juggling school, juggling work, all the things. So all right, so I know that was beneficial, but I know also you were sharing with me a lot about your mornings and just like going from lack of motivation to motivation. So share with me a little bit about what that looks like for you.
I love my sleep. And I was a mama that as soon as I could get my kids down to sleep, I was in bed and I would push the snooze and really take in every second of sleep before I would have to frantically jump out of bed and cause my own stress and chaos within my family because I was constantly trying to hurry everyone up in our morning routine. And I would have grumpy kids walking out the door, an irritated husband, and it was a rough way to start my day. And it really set the mood for the day. And it was very disturbing. And with Thrive started, really within that 48 hours ish. I was actually on a weekend and I was thinking, okay, it's a weekend. I might get to 8 o'clock this morning. That's like sleeping in. And I was really, really excited. My internal alarm clock got me up at 6 a.m. And it was, what is this? It's the weekend. I should be sleeping, right? I was excited. I mean, I was ready to get up. I didn't feel like I needed any more sleep. I was excited to tackle the day, and I was actually waiting for my kids to get up instead of them running in to my room and saying, "Hey, mommy, time to get up," and like pulling the covers off of me. So, that internal alarm clock has been. I mean, it's just life changing because I'm up. I'm prepared for the day. I can get a few things done before the children get up, but once the children get up, mom isn't worried, mom isn't stressed, mom isn't looking at the clock and trying to hustle everybody out the door. You take a few moments for yourself, get yourself ready, and then it just kind of calms the entire morning cycle down, when mom is being prepared and willing to tackle the day, and then the kids are going to school with smiles on their faces instead of tears in the car type of a deal. So
Yeah,
it's great.
I know. I can so relate to that also. I just always like I have had friends and I myself before Thrive really like sometimes you sit in the mornings, it can be so stressful. Like I'm literally living thinking it while you were talking about like hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, gotta go, give them something to eat while they're riding in the car. And I think about like being kids and starting your day that way and the repetition of that, month after month and year after year, and what we're really set our kids up for when we start our day like that. And it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
And so for us to really be able to change that cycle again, you change that for you, but it impacted your whole household. And the reality is the majority of families, the mom is like the temperature dictator, right? Like whatever mood we're in, whatever is going on in our life, how fast, how quick, how stressful, how overwhelmed we are sort of dictates the house. And when you can show up and be your best you, it allows everything else to function better. So have your kids noticed, or your husband noticed a difference in the mornings?
I want to believe they have.
Yeah.
My twins are just 3, so it's not like they're gonna run up to me and tell me.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm actually the one that's like trying to get my husband out of bed now. Like, okay, it's time to start your day. I've already tackled XYZ.
Yeah.
But just
I love it.
little. Some people probably look at it as such like a little thing, but it's like those little things that have made such a large impact on someone's life. And when I started Thrive, like I said, that was not on my radar. It wasn't. I was specifically taking it for a reason, and the fact that it has like reached a whole new level in different aspects of my life,
Mm-hmm.
and has in result impacted that for my family. It's just been life changing.
Oh, I love it so much. I love it so much. So you guys, you may be watching the video and like, Tracy, that's incredible what you've experienced and really how your life has been impacted with those small changes and how you physically feel through the day. But you're like, what are you doing? So you guys, if you have questions and you're friends with Tracy, obviously reach out, connect with her. The product is called the Thrive Experience, and part of it is wearable. You actually wear vitamins and minerals. There are 5 different types. Yep, 5 different types. We've got on different ones, and it's delivering vitamins and minerals through your largest organ, which is your skin. It is part of the regimen. And here is the cool thing. You physically will feel a difference. Like within your first 10 to 12 days, sometimes you're going to feel it in the first 2 days. I felt it day 3. You will physically feel a difference. It's going to impact your life, period. Okay. Like most of the time, it's going to impact multiple aspects of your life. And why? Because it's premium grade nutrition and it's filling in your nutritional deficiencies that you do not get from your food. It doesn't matter if you eat perfect, if you eat terrible, if you eat like a lot of people somewhere in the middle, you have nutritional deficiencies. And that is why you're tired. That is why you're not sleeping good at night. That is why you don't have patience. That's why you hit the snooze button. There are all these reasons, and it is because of how our insides are and what we're putting in our mouth. And I'll be honest, like I don't want to diet. I don't want to like worry about everything I put in my mouth. That is hard. So we do the best we can, and we have supplementation that fills in those gaps that we're not getting from our food. And you just can't get it all from your food. You just can't. The way our soil is, the way that our food is processed, all the different things that happen in our food today, which is why you truly need to have that supplementation. So if you're friends with Tracy, you've been inspired by her story, you know, connect with her. She has a lot more of her story that she would love to share with you. We also have some discount codes that we are going to be sharing with Tracy's friends. And if someone shared this video with you, definitely reach out to them and just ask them to share their story. And don't wait. Right now, we are in December. We're heading into, you know, 2, 3, 4 months that could be challenging. It could be challenging from a mental standpoint, from an emotional standpoint, from a health, from immunity. Like we don't know what's coming. And so why not for Christmas, for New Year's, like get a jump start on your health. It is something that you absolutely can control with so many things that we can't in the world right now. So Tracy, any final things that you want to pop on and say before we hop off?
Worth a try.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong. I think everybody needs to invest in themselves, and this is the time to do it. I don't actively, promote or put on things that I don't truly love, appreciate, and full-heartedly support. And this is one thing that will stay with me for the rest of my life.
I love it. I love it. It's been so cool watching your transformation too. So I just can't wait to, it only gets better. And that's the cool thing, you guys. I'm going to drop in this video, I'm going to drop some before and after pictures of just some of my personal friends, just so people can see. It's not always about weight loss. We have just sort of like a joke around the Thrive community that we're aging backwards, because sometimes it's like no weight difference, but people look so much younger, or they look like they've lost weight because it's reduced inflammation in your body, which allows that puffy and that sort of like red sort of puffy feeling to go away. So I'll drop some of those before and afters just so everyone can take a peek, because you may never have heard about it. But here's the thing, you are worth it. You are worth feeling your best. Do not accept the reality that you have to continue to feel tired, that you have to continue to be impatient, that you have to be unmotivated, because that is just not true. There is help. There is an amazing community that is willing to grab your hand and help you feel your best. So Tracy, thanks for hopping on. I loved chatting today.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we will see you again on another live. Bye, guys.